Midlakes families, thanks for checking us out on the website for the open house here. I wish I could see you guys in person and meet you face to face, and hopefully in the future that'll continue to happen, especially if I have your kids in this class that they're currently in and other classes in the future. I just want to talk generally about how things run here in the technology program at Midlakes High School. I am Dan Wheeler. I will be your son or daughter's teacher for the course that they take. Some of them have multiple courses with me. And there's a common theme between all of the courses. Doesn't matter which one. There's a common theme. And that theme is that all of these courses are design-centered. That could range from document design to designing furniture to mechanical drawing and design, architectural drawing and design, but everything in here is design-centered. So one of the big things that we focus on in all of the courses is how to design something that is appealing to the desired audience. And that's one of the things that we work on quite a bit throughout the year. All of our topics that we talk about in all the classes have something to do with design, and all fall towards the design. So especially in this year where everything is being taught virtually, I embrace the challenge of being able to deliver a technology course for your son or daughter utilizing all the tools that I have here, and to still make it as meaningful of a course as if they were here. And so I look at some things in terms of all my courses, in terms of the way I teach them. No two children are the same, and I know that. No two classes are the same, even if it's the exact same course. When we go through each course, and we go through the content, we do the projects, we do the hands-on, I'm constantly making adjustments to the course and responding to the needs of your son or daughter and the class as a whole. This year may be different in terms of how things are done versus maybe previous years. I'm embracing the change of this, and I know that change is constant and change happens every single day. So it's my goal as your teacher and as your son and daughter's teacher to make sure that we are working with change, adapting with change, and working together. Some of the design problems and writing assignments, if they're in tech writing, will be a little bit different this year than previous years. So the curriculum may not necessarily be exactly what it was before, but it's my promise to you as parents and to your children to deliver a comprehensive curriculum of that particular course. So you might ask, okay, if we're changing how we deliver it, keeping it design-centered, how is my son or daughter going to get graded? And just to kind of keep it simple, and these are general policies for every single course, is my grading is all points-based. So what I do is at the end of the quarter, I look at the number of points possible and the number of points the student earned. So if there is 1,000 points, say, in a quarter, and a student earns 900 out of 1,000 points, they have a 90 for the course. I just take the 900, divide it by 1,000, get my number, and then move the decimal point, and there's their average. And of course, I round up. If it comes to a 0.5, 0.6, I pretty much round up. So with that said, too, along with the grading, there's some specific things. Especially in the beginning of the course, it is very, very important for your son or daughter to take class notes. And when I do give notes in class, they're on a PowerPoint slide, and I have them jot the notes down. But the other big thing, too, is that they're actively listening. So as I'm going through and I'm talking about a topic on a PowerPoint slide, or we're discussing something as a class, is that your son or daughter has a notebook in front of them and are jotting points as we go along. Or for example, if I say, hey, I want to really emphasize this point right here, or hey, if you're drifting out or zoning off, I want to emphasize this, to kind of bring them back to it. So I guess what I'm going to say in terms of the class notes and class discussions is that my grading is going to be very, very simple. Like I said, it's all going to be out of points like I've done before. One thing that I expect your son or daughter to do is to actively write class notes, and during discussions to listen and write down points that stand out to them or seem significant. I will be doing weekly notebook checks to hold them accountable for taking the class notes. I will show them how to use the Scan app on the iPad and how to scan their notes as a PDF file and send it to me. And if a student gives it their best attempt, I can tell that they're doing it, they get full credit for that. The other big thing, because really the grading is going to be keep it simple. And that's kind of the philosophy that I'm following, is keep it simple. Less is more. Less is more. And in the district presentation, they emphasize that big time. So again, I'm going to try to keep it simple right now. So if you're wondering, how are they graded? Well, it's a point system that they're graded on. It's class notes that will be checked. But very, very, very importantly is that on Wednesdays, which are our office hours, that your son or daughter checks in by going on to Schoology and answering the question in the discussion group for that day. That's very, very important, because I still have to do attendance for that Wednesday. So they've got to answer the discussion post by at the latest 1:30 in the afternoon. Of course, if there's a situation where they can't do it, reach out to me individually, and I'm flexible and I'll work with a student. But it's very, very important that they do that every Wednesday, that they go on to Schoology and they answer the discussion question. Because then through their response on Schoology, I can see they participated and I can mark them as present for the day. That's very, very, very important. And I highly emphasize to your sons and daughters to make sure that they do that. The other thing is, if for some reason I have to be out for the day, there won't be a substitute teacher, which means attendance is going to be even more important. I kind of follow this rule. I told the students, if I'm not on the Zoom meeting within 15 minutes, immediately go to Schoology and check Schoology. Because if I'm not on within 15 minutes, there's probably an assignment on Schoology that they have to do when I'm absent. We've all done this when we were kids. I've done it myself. We see the substitute teacher and we think, oh, it's a day off. I don't have to do anything. Well, now there's significant repercussions if they don't check in and do the assignment if I'm off or if I'm homesick or whatever. If I'm not here, they must go to Schoology and they must look at the posted assignment for the day and do that assignment. And again, the assignments I give are very simple. Because again, I'm following the philosophy of keep it simple right now as we adjust to this new process. Just like the Wednesday check-in, there will be an assignment that they have to do. And it's very, very important that if for some reason I am not here, that they go into Schoology and they do the assignment within the given deadline. I expect that even if I'm not here, they're going to attend class during the set class time. And I set my deadline on Schoology for the end of the class period. Typically, the assignment that is put up on a day I'm out will take them maybe 10, 15, maximum 20 minutes to do and post it. At the end of the class period, if I'm out, I will check my attendance from home. I go in and I will go in, check the attendance from home, see that they did it, and they'll get credit for the day. That's very important. As we evolve and as we move through the courses, I will get back to when they start doing written work, project type work, I will start project-based grading. Now, to give you an idea of the difference between the grading of the weekly class notes, the Wednesday check-ins, and if I'm out, typically those things, the weekly class notes, Wednesday check-ins, and if I'm out, what to do, the grade's going to be 50 to 100 points. When we get into actual project type work, or more significant than just class notes, the weighting of the grading will go up. Anywhere from 100 points to 200 points to 300 points, and really big ones are 400 points. It'll take us some time to get to that part. But those are very, very significant that your son or daughter do those things. So, again, with the grading policies, it's all weighted, or not weighted, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. It's all points. It's all point system. Here's the possible points for the semester, here's the earned points, divide them out. And of course, the weighting of those points, not weighting, but the points assigned are based on the level of difficulty of what they're doing. Also, too, quality work is important, so especially on the written responses, that they really put their best effort into it to explain where they're coming from. There is a midterm exam and a final exam in all my courses, and that's school policy. That can either be a written assignment, or a written exam, a project-based exam, and we'll evolve as we get to that. Because again, change is constant, and one of the things that my goal is as your son or daughter's teacher is to not be stagnant and go back to things that we've done in previous years, because I need the kids here. And if I don't have the kids here, I have to do things a little different to still make it meaningful for them. For students or parents to contact me, Schoology is probably the #1 thing, because I'll get a notification for that. dwheeler@midlakes.org, dwheeler@midlakes.org. Send me an email there if you have any questions or concerns. Or give me a call. 548-6300, right here in my office where I'm sitting, extension 3405 is the best way to get in contact with me. So I want you to know that in the very beginning here, we're still keeping it as a design-centered program. And I'm still operating in the way that I do in previous years when it comes to specific work. But I'm keeping these assignments very, very simple. Respond to posts or discussions, because sometimes I will put one up at the end of a class. Wednesday check-ins are key, not just simply for the grade for the Wednesday check-in, but for getting marked as attending for the day. And of course, if I'm out, going on to Schoology and completing the work that's up there, not just for the sake of, well, it's just there's nobody here, substitute teacher, whatever, but I need that so I can give your son or daughter attendance credit for the day. Again, I'm Dan Wheeler. I am excited and looking forward to this new year. I am embracing the change of this year and embracing to look at all of our courses and to revamp them and really add in some different components that we didn't have before and didn't necessarily have the time to cover, but now we do because we don't have the shop portion, sadly. But we can't do that until students are here. So we're going to find another way to make this work. Again, if you need to contact me, designisnotbs@gmail.com is another way you can get in touch with me. Designisnotbs@gmail.com, all lowercase, designisnotbs@gmail.com. dwheeler@midlakes.org, or send me a message on Schoology. The best way to get in touch with me is that, but I'm an old school guy. I like to talk to you. I don't like hiding behind messages, and I don't like hiding behind Schoology posts. I want to hear a voice on the other end of the phone. I want to talk to you. And I encourage you as a parent to give me a call if you have a question during the school day, or even have your son or daughter call me if they're home and they want to speak to me privately about something. That is hands down the #1 best way to get in touch with me. Again, the courses I teach are World of Technology, Architectural Drawing, Computer-Aided Design, Principles of Engineering, and Tech Writing. And the general approach to all those courses is the way that I just mentioned previously. We're going to start simple from the beginning, and as we evolve and start to get our resources together, we will expand on that. And I said it before, when we expand it, what it comes down to is simply the grading. The point, the value of the points for the more in-depth the project is or assignment will go up. So those are very, very important. I want to welcome you to a different but exciting year here at Midlakes High School in the Technology Education program. I look forward to teaching your sons and daughters and doing this in a new format where we all learn together. Thank you very much.